Welcome to another episode of BWT. Today, we're going to talk about the Yankees series with the Mariners and their upcoming series with the Texas Rangers, which is the hottest team in the American League right now. And then we will get into the All-Star final voting. There's two per position. You have five outfielders, one DH for the American League, and then we have two at every position for everything, five in the outfield, and then for the DH, there's two spots for the DH in the National League. So let's get right into it. The Yankees won game one of the series 3-1, breaking a 4-game losing streak. Garrett Cole makes his record 8-1 with a 2.64 ERA, throwing 7.1 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, and 8 Ks. Kirby gets a loss for the Mariners, making his record 6-6 with a 3.29 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 runs, and 4 Ks. And Clay Holmes was able to come in for an inning and 2/3 to get the save, to get his 9th of the season, making his ERA for the season at 2.35. He came in, no hits, no runs, with 2 Ks. For the offense, Rizzo started off in the bottom of the first with a double for an RBI. And then Billy McKinney hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the second to make it 3-0. And then in the top of the sixth, Jared Kelenic for the Mariners hit an RBI double to get them on the board and save the shutout. The final score was 3-1 in game one. That was a big game for the Yankees to bounce back after a terrible performance out in Boston. I'm glad that we were able to get on the right foot. Going on to game two, the Yankees win again, 4-2. Johnny Brito got the win, making his record 4-3 with a 4.89 ERA. He threw 5.2 innings, giving up only 2 hits, no earned runs, and 3 Ks. The losing pitcher for Wednesday night was Luis Castillo. He makes his record 4-6 with a 2.89 ERA. He only threw 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, and 3 Ks. And Tommy Kahnle came in for his first save of the season, keeping his 0.00 ERA intact. In the bottom of the third, Jake Bauers started it off with a home run for his 6th of the season. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Billy McKinney also hit a home run for his 3rd of the season, making it 3-0. In the bottom of the 7th, Anthony Volpe connects for his 10th home run of the season, making it 4-0. And in the top of the 8th, Dylan Moore hits his first home run of the season, making it 4-1. Again, just getting them on the board, avoiding the shutout. This was a good game, good outing by Brito. He struggled with command earlier on in the year. We sent him down, and it looks like he's on the right track. I wouldn't say he completely figured it out because he was only able to go 5 innings. I would like our starters to go at least 6, maybe 7, to give the bullpen a little bit of a rest, because sometimes our starting pitchers just don't get the job done, and we have to go like 7 innings with the bullpen, and that is not ideal in a 3-game set. And then the Yankees dropped the final game of the series 10-2 with another terrible start by Domingo Germán. He gave up 4 runs in the first, and then 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. his last two starts have been bad. He's sitting around like 92, 93 miles per hour, where he's usually at 95, 96. So that's a little concerning. His command is not there. And when he throws a strike, it is right down the middle of the plate. And these hitters are, again, professional hitters, and they're not missing the pitch. So he's got to be better. Now, I guess we see why he was using the sticky stuff. So, Domingo, just figure it out, man, because we're gonna need you down the long run of the season. He gets the loss on this game, making his record 4-5 on the season with an ERA of 5.10. He only pitched 3.1 innings, giving up 8 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned runs, 4 Ks, and 4 home runs. And then Wu for the Mariners was able to pick up his first career win against the Yankees, making his ERA 5.09. He was able to go 5.1 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, and 5 Ks. And that's that series. It's a series win, so I'll take that. But I really don't like how Herman has been looking these past 2 outings. So I need him to pick it up. So this is my call to you, Domingo Herman. Figure it out. All right. I'm tired of seeing you go out there and get absolutely smacked for the first 3-4 innings of the game. And I'm sure all in New York is as well. Another person that all in New York is frustrated at has got to be Josh Donaldson. He's hitting 127 on the season with 6 home runs and 8 RBIs in 20 games. He's had 63 at-bats and 19 strikeouts. That's around a 20% strikeout rate. That is not ideal. If you're doing that and then you're completely just not there defensively, like in the past week, I've seen you bobble the same play twice, right? Last night you bobbled it, and then after you were like, damn, you picked the ball up, and then you go to throw to third base to get the runner, and then you throw it away. So it was a double error on one play. Like, man, you need to figure it out. Dude, this guy has gray hairs. He should not be in a major league lineup. I'm sorry to say it. His season has been cut short because of injuries, but again, that's just father time. You know, he's old. We can't keep giving this guy chances just because he was an MVP earlier in his career. When we have guys that can play that position and actually do it better than him and have better at bats, like Oswaldo Cabrera, Oswaldo Peraza. I know he is dealing with an injury right now in the minors, so that's probably why they haven't called him up, and they keep letting Anthony Volpe fight his way through his struggles. And speaking of Volpe, this last 7 games, he has turned it up a little bit. You know, he's had 5 hits, 1 RBI, and 20 at-bats with an average of 250 with 1 home run. His at-bats are getting better. The results of the at-bats are getting better as well. So just continue to grind, buddy. Continue to grind because, again, I've been on you all season, and so has all in New York. Deservingly so. You know, you're a shortstop for the New York Yankees. So just keep it up, kid. Another person who has picked it up a little bit is Anthony Rizzo. His last 7 games, he's got 6 hits, 5 RBIs, and 23 at-bats with a 261 average. Not overwhelmingly great, not terrible, right? He hasn't hit a home run yet, in, I believe, 2 weeks. So that's a bit alarming. But he is starting to pick up the RBIs and better at bats. And earlier in the season, I don't know, it just looked like he was just pressing too much. And once you press in the batter's box, you're done, because you're thinking about how many times you've done something wrong or how bad you have to get on base that at bat. And usually that never results in success. So I hope Rizzo can keep hitting and get out of this slump that he's in. And then another dude that is really slumping is Giancarlo Stanton. Over his last 7 games, he's only had 2 hits, 12. He's struck out 12 times in 27 at-bats with a batting average of .074. I mean, if this is what we're putting out there, then put me in some pinstripes. I can bat .74. I can do that. You know, you are a professional hitter. You don't even play the field anymore because your body is worn out, I guess. You know, every time we put you out in the outfield and then you run the base, you get hurt. So now we're cutting the time on your legs in half, and you're still not producing. I've heard you say that hitting is hard. You're trying to work your way out of this funk, but man, just relax. Giancarlo Stanton, you know, you have the power to hit it out of any ballpark in this world. Now you just have to get it together, because it's the same pitch. You know, it's been the same pitch for the last 2-3 years. That slider low and away, you chase it, and then they come with a high fastball. You look at it, and then they come with another loopy, and then you chase it. So it's like, dude, make an adjustment. You know, I understand the hitting is hard. I know, believe me, I know. And you being at the major league level, it's harder, right? But that's your job. Do your job better. Okay? We need you to execute when Judge is out, right? Everything is under, I would say, everything is, how do I say this? You're under more pressure right now because Aaron Judge is out, right? And now other teams don't have to worry about Aaron Judge. So they don't even, that's one thing off of their mind, you know? So now they're attacking these hitters with no care, you know? And they have not been executing. So hitters, offense, figure it out. Good series, last series. Just that one game, that last game of the series, which was really bad. So I hope we stop playing really bad baseball, because come playoffs, that is not going to slide. That is not going to be not going to be approved by New York. It's not going to be approved by the fans. It's not going to be approved by the ownership or anything like that. So, I mean, it's the Yankees. We have one goal and only one goal, which is to win the World Series. So whatever we got to do to get there, I think some moves might have to be made at the trade deadline. If we can get another bat like a Cody Bellinger or a Jock Peterson, I feel like that would help us out, and that would help them out as well. Seeing how we are playing in New York, we got the short porch and right. So if they just hit a pop up, it's a home run. So now we'll get into the the All-Star final voting, right? So you have 2 finalists at each position in the infield, and then in the outfield, we have 5 finalists, and obviously only 3 can start. So I'm going to give you the finalists and who I think should start. At catcher, we have Adley Rutschman and Jonah Heim from the Rangers, and Adley Rutschman is from the Orioles. I would have to say Adley Rutschman has got my vote on this one. He is having a great season right now. The way he swings the bat and commands that game behind the plate, I love it. It sucks when the Yankees have to play him because he is such a good catcher. And yeah, that's that. At first base, we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and from the Blue Jays, and Yandy Diaz from the Tampa Bay Rays. At this position, I would have to go Vladdy Jr. Right now, he is having a good year. And yeah, that's that. At second base, we have Marcus Semien and Whit Merrifield. I'm going to have to go Marcus Semien from the Rangers. Whit isn't, I don't think he is all-star material. Some of these players shouldn't be here. But because it's fan voting, they are here. So I'm choosing Marcus Semien over Merrifield at second. And then at short, we have my guy, Bo Bichette from the Blue Jays and Corey Seager. This one is tough because they are both tremendous hitters, both good fielders. Whoever they go here, I won't be disappointed in, but I am going to go with Bo Bichette. At third base, we have Josh Jung and Matt Chapman. I will have to go Josh Jung in this position, just because Matt Chapman has fallen off a little bit, and Josh has been more consistent. So that's why I'm going with him. In the outfield, the 5 nominees are Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Randy Arozarena, Yordan Alvarez, Kevin Kiermaier, and Adolis Garcia. Two out of 5 guys are hurt with Judge and Alvarez, and I don't believe Kiermaier should be there. His defense is immaculate, but his offense isn't all that. So I would have to go Mike Trout, Arozarena, and Adolis Garcia. I'm not going to go with Judge or Alvarez just because they are hurt right now, and there's no set timetable for their return, so I don't know when they will be back. And then for the DH, we have Shohei Ohtani. He was unanimous. Moving on to the NL, we've got at catcher, we have Sean Murphy for the Braves and Will Smith for the Dodgers. These two have both been swinging it really well lately. I would have to go with Sean Murphy just because of the impact that he's had on a new team, right? It's not often that a player comes into an organization and instantly just performs, and that's what this guy has been doing. Usually there's like a grace period of like 2 months where the dude's struggling, like Trey Turner, right? He's got that big contract, he onto a new team, He's starting to find himself now. And there was none of that with Sean Murphy. He has been swinging it very well, playing a good defensive catcher. So I'm going to have to go with Sean on that one. At first base, we have Freddie Freeman and Matt Olson. I'm going to have to go Freeman. Freeman has been one of the best hitters in the game so far. And speaking of best hitters in the game, at second base, we have Luis Arias and Ozzie Albies. I'm going with Luis Arias because that man has gone 5 for 5 3 times in the last 17 or 18 games. Dude was hitting over 400 a game ago. I'm not sure how his game went last night, but hitting machine. At short, there's Orlando Arcia from the Braves and Francisco Lindor from the Mets. I would have to go with Francisco Lindor. I haven't quite seen much about Orlando Arcia, and I know that Lindor has his struggles, but he embraces it. He understands that when he's playing at home, he plays terrible or has a bad performance, and the fans boo him. He understands why they boo him, right? He understands the big lights that he's under. So he gets it. So that's why I'm going to go with him. And then at third base, we have Nolan Arenado and Austin Riley. Braves fans went crazy. They had a finalist in every position except for the DH. I'm going to have to go with Nolan, though. Nolan Arenado has picked it up lately. He's hit some clutch home runs for the Cardinals. And you can never go wrong with his glove at third base. In the outfield, we have Mookie Betts, Corbin Carroll, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Michael Harris, and the unanimous starter in the outfield is Ronald Acuna Jr. So to fill the other 2 spots, I would have to go with Mookie Betts and Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll is off to a great start. I hope he can stay healthy to continue to make strides towards the NL Rookie of the Year. And then the DH is between JD Martinez and Bryce Harper, right? JD Martinez has had a resurgence of his career after subpar years in Boston the last couple seasons. I've always made a joke that he has his iPad now. When he was doing well, he always looked at his swing after his at-bat on an iPad. And last year, the MLB enforced some rules to where you couldn't do that. So that's why I believe he was struggling last season. But for the DH for the NL, I would have to go with Harper, Bryce Harper. That's my guy. I'm never gonna go against my guy. So that's what we got for the AL and NL All-Stars. And this weekend there will be a 2-game set over the pond in London, right, between the Cubs and the Cardinals. I know Marcus Stroman surprised his team with Nintendo Switches for the trip, so they will be quite entertained during their long travels. And then the Yankees got a series coming up with the Rangers, so looking forward to that. Hopefully the Yankees can get off on the right foot and get a win tonight. But that's all I got for you today. As always, shout out to my guys over at Refuse to Lose. We we're able to become a YouTube partner. So, and that's great. We've made strides, and we're going to continue to make strides as a sports network. Dave, Tomo, Joe, again, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. And if you guys are not liking or subscribing to our videos yet, please do so. We've got content in all sports, right? We have content in baseball with my show, and then we have NBA, WNBA, we have college hoops, we have NFL, we have combat sports, we have and then we also have this one chat that we have. If you came on the show, that one gets intense. Sports debates. You get live showings on cuts, stuff like that. Whatever news is happening in the sports world, you will get it here first. If you want to join those chats, we are on Instagram at Refuse to Lose. Send us a DM and we will get you in there. So that's all I got for you guys today. See you next time. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.